in long-term relationship, it will happen at some point that there's a feeling of the connection isn't as strong and vibrant as we once hoped it would be, or that we felt in the beginning. And sometimes there's even a feeling of this has grown really stale. I maybe don't even feel myself in this anymore, or I don't feel my partner. I don't feel the inspiration that I once had, if that was there in the beginning. And I think it's really important to first say that this is normal. I don't think that I've come across any relationship where there wasn't some level of that feeling of it isn't what it once was. And I think that it's important. I want to take a moment or a little bit of time to talk about why that happens in partnership. And um, and I think that the first thing is that I want to keep this very, very simple. And so this is something that I think is universally true. And then, of course, there are deeper truths that may be true for us and for our personal relationship. But the first thing is that I think that there's some kind of expression that's saying what I want to say, which is like where you put your attention, energy flows. And necessarily, when we're in the beginning of a partnership, we put a lot of attention there, and it's quite effortless, right? We're not even thinking about how much we're investing because we find a way to fit it into our lives because it's so, so deeply nourishing. But no matter what, there will come a time when our attention has to go other places, whether that's something where we're growing in work, or we've gone back to school, or life has accelerated with family challenges, or we've chosen to have children. Whatever the thing or things are that are pulling our attention, those things will come and they will take priority. And particularly in our culture, we have very little respect for what we get out of investing in relationships. It's not really something that we talk about or that we're encouraged to invest in unless someone is selling us something. And so, um, and so this thing happens where we prioritize the to-do list, where we tend to feel a sense of relaxation and accomplishment when we've checked off all the things on our to-do list, and caring for our partner, giving to our partner, investing in intimacy, investing in our sexuality doesn't fall on that to-do list and doesn't give us the same sense of satisfaction or push things ahead in the way that they need to be pushed ahead in order to sort of survive and thrive in our modern life. And so it's very accepted that our intimacy will get put on the back burner. And just that alone, I think it is an important thing to recognize, give ourselves some tenderness around, and then let ourselves know that we can choose at any time to reprioritize our partnership. And sometimes that reprioritization is that little step of, I'm going to make this as important as the other things that I'm prioritizing in my life. I'm going to make this as important as the work that I do in the world. I'm going to make this as important as how I nourish or nurture my children. I'm going to make this as important as getting my workout in. I can't tell you how many couples I've worked with who will make sure that every morning they work out for an hour, but they cannot find 5 minutes to invest in the partnership. And this is, because the workout has very clear results. If I keep doing this, then I'm going to stay fit or get fit. Whereas the relationship, it's much more, maybe you will feel good and you will feel connection, but we don't have the same way of quantifying that. And so it's another reason that it gets put on the back burner. So so I think that is such a simple solution to looking at this in a different way, which is just that and the fact that you're here, right, we're choosing to reinvest in our partnerships. And the first piece is, if we are willing to reinvest and quite literally simply set some time aside, then we are opening up to a possibility that that connection and that interest and that nourishment can be discovered in a new way.